We're looking at issues around the increases in the prices of talking about 50% increase in tariff for telcos operators. Of course, that is a very huge one there. It has been dominating a lot of debate. If you look at what was proposed initially, it was 100% increment that was proposed, but NCC did approve 50% there. According to them, to justify their claims, the last time the tariff was increased was about 12 years ago. And of course, we look at how that will impact on the subscribers and indeed the business environment. Let's talk to the President, National Association of Telecommunications Consumers of Nigeria, talking about Natcoms, Chief Deolu Ogunbanjo. He joins me via phone from Lagos. Good morning, Mr. Ogunbanjo.
Good morning, Trust TV. I wish everyone Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. Let's see, there have been a lot of pushback from your own end with regards to the tariff increase. Tell us, what exactly is your demand? You are not alone, the NLC is with you. We also see quite a lot of CSOs also pushing back on this tariff increase.
Thank you very much. I must say that the economic situation in the country is not particularly friendly for now. However, that has impacted on a lot of Nigerians. The electricity tariff hike, to removal of fuel subsidy, to the dollarization of the naira. I must say the list is on and on, but we will definitely have to manage the situation. For telecoms operators to now come with 100% increased demand, whilst the regulator, NCC, is now saying they have approved 50%. Is a no-no because it will impoverish Nigerians the more. Cost of goods and services that are already high will now go up again. Tell me what telecom does not affect. In fact, the three basic needs, food, clothing, and shelter. Communication is next. It should be now 4 basic needs: communications, clothing, and food. So, for us, 10% is what we are recommending. It is too high. That 50% as granted by the NCC.
You're recommending 10%, but the telcos are saying that they have lost so much in terms of revenue because of government policies. Don't forget the subsidy removal, exchange unification, which saw a huge devaluation of the value of naira, has affected the operational cost of some of these telcos. Don't you think they might be in a way right in their demand?
They are right. They are in business in their demand. They can ask for 500% if you care. They are in business to make money and have profits, but not at the exploitation of Nigerian subscribers. So we are saying a 10% increase rather than 50% increase, because after the 10%, if that's not enough, I will tell you that the banks are owing the telecom companies hundreds of billions through this USSD code. They will deduct it from us and then refuse to pay the telcos. Why? Why is one sector stifling the growth and the well-being of the others, of another sector? It's not tidy at all. What should they be doing? They have deducted it from subscribers, and then they are now withholding that in their banks, not paying the telcos. It's in hundreds of millions. Beyond that, they are also owing themselves. That is, Telco A, I won't want to mention names, brands. Telco A will be owing Telco B, and Telco C will be owing Telco D. Now, due to interconnect rates that they have to sort out among themselves, there is also some billions. So all that, plus 10% increase, if they can, I don't know why the NCC and then the CBN and the Bankers Committee are not, intervening in this. I mean, it's sad that the banks are stifling and, preventing the growth of another sector. I mean, this is bad. So the NCC and the CBN should ensure that, the banks pay the telecom companies whatever they are owing them, so that at least they continue to be in business. Meanwhile, within themselves too, let them tidy it up. I learned that they are owing 1.5 trillion. That is the telecom companies put together. So if they can do all that, one, I said, let the banks pay them up. Two, let they pay themselves within themselves. Three, 10% increase. Above all, if that is also now not in all those that have counted is not enough, let them go to the capital market. Do initial public offerings, IPOs. Go to the stock exchange. Nigerians want to keep. I can assure you, we will definitely want to be part of telecom business in Nigeria.
All right.
Subscribe.
All right.
So they can raise funds for expansion. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, Chief Deolu. There is also the talk about Telcos saying that the increment is also to allow them improve the quality of their service delivery. Are you not concerned about having quality services and, of course, paying for it? We know that the disposable income in Nigerians' pocket is very, very low as we speak. We understand that.
Yes, I understand the operational costs. From I told you earlier, cost of operations of the telcos are high. Again, dollarization of the naira, the dollarization policy of government. Apart from that, removal of fuel subsidy. All that is affecting them. They also, have issues with their generators, the base stations. How to diesel them up and all that. Yes, this is part of operations, which every business must go through. But a 50% increase, I'm sorry, is too high. It will, a lot of services will just jump up. From the POS operators, they just added 50 naira or something every withdrawal, about 2 or 3 months back. 50% will see operators, these POS operators, and the other indirect, direct and indirect telecom organizations to hike up their price. But a 10% increase is marginal. Nothing will be added. That I can assure you. But a 50%, they hop on that and say, sorry, we need to increase prices and our cost of services. It's not right at all. At all.
I agree with you. You also know that some of these telcos, they've lost so much there as well in terms of their businesses. And before this, the NCC did acknowledge that fact that there is need for us to have a tariff increase so that we can have a quality service delivery. But what are you advocating for? Are you calling for these telcos to change their business model instead of relying on incessant tariff increase for them to stay in business?
Thank you for this question. The telcos should appreciate the fact that they are in business to serve the subscribers. That's one. Two, they're also in business to make profits, not exploitative profits. From 100, they can as well as for 500% if you can, so that the FCC will now say, grant to 50%. If that's for 100, we are saying that, look, 50% is too much that has been approved. Let them understand that Nigerians are undergoing a lot of hardship for now. So don't compound it. A We are not saying they shouldn't increase at all. 10%. If that is not enough, look inwards. Those people who are your people who are owing you, ensure that you put in the machinery of government in place, regulators of both sectors, let them pay you. If that is not enough, all your people who are owing you within yourselves, the four operators, pay up. And if that is not enough, go public. We will buy. Let them try that. These are options. Rather than just give us, an increase of 50%. Let them go to the capital market. Let them stock exchange, IPOs. We will invest, I can assure you.
Indeed, they're talking about going to the capital market today, and we know a lot of them are there. We saw the shares of MTN Nigeria rising on Tuesday after that increment was announced by NCC there as well. But at this point, what do you think the NCC and of course the Ministry of Communications should do? There's a pushback from a lot of Nigerians. NLCs, they are there. They are also screaming about, telling telcos to suspend the tariff increase, and of course your association too is also calling on this. Of course, the regulator, talking about NCC, and of course the Ministry of Communication, are in a dilemma at this point. Now, what do you think they should do? Because they need to balance the agreement between the subscribers and indeed the telcos operators.
Thank you very much, sir. Again, we are saying that the ministry as well as the FCC that has approved the 50% should now look at Nigerians. Take a second look at Nigerian subscribers. They are now saying 50% is too much. Let them reduce it to the 10% as recommended. And if that is not enough, look for other options that we have highlighted. They're in business. There are these options to explore, so that they can get more funds to run their business. Not the easy way of just increasing prices and putting more hardship on the subscribers that you are trying to, service. This is not right at all. To exploit the same subscriber that you want to service. If your price increase are too high, it is an exploitative, you need to bring it down. The operator, the regulator should ensure that is the NCC and the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy should, call themselves to order and reduce the percentage hike to 10%. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Chief Ogunbanjo, a lot there that still need to be done, but I know you must have had engagement before this tariff was agreed upon. How much of consultation were you, part of? I'm talking about regulator now, where your stakeholders like you and others consulted before arriving at this 50% tariff increase?
Yes, thank you very much. We were consulted, and around, was it late December or very early January, I've forgotten now, but sometime in December, the minister was reacting to the telcos, saying that the telcos are demanding for 100% increase. But he now told us at that time that the telcos will not get 100%, but they will get an increase. Based on that, on January 9, the regulator, which is a very good move, called all stakeholders to Abuja. And we met following the comments by the Honorable Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Uncle Tijani. He now said, for what he said, when the FCC now called everyone to the table in Abuja, we stated all organizations that was invited stated that case, including Natcoms and NCC. No agreement was reached. We all stated our cases, about whatever percentage increase. We submitted at 10%. Others also 10%, right? Others also, had their decisions, to meet, but no agreement was reached on whether it was going to be this percentage or that percentage. We clearly stated various decisions at the meeting.
Hello, so Chief Ogunbanjo, in a nutshell, there was a stakeholders meeting which I think you were part of.
Yes, I was.
Okay, what was the agreement at that meeting?
There was no agreement.
Okay, what you're saying is that this decision was unilaterally taken by NCC maybe in connivance. I don't want to use that word with telcos.
In collaboration and conjunction with the NCC, the ministry, the NCC, and the telcos.
All right. Going forward now, let's find a way now to address these challenges. We need to get to a middle ground. You are demanding for just 10%. NCC has came up with 50% already, and of course, the telcos, the initial demand was 100%. How do we get to a middle ground? How much of negotiation do you think we should begin to do now to get to that middle ground where it will be a win-win for everybody?
Thank you very much. As an organization of Nigerian subscribers, we are going to definitely interface with the NCC later today or tomorrow, because there are so many issues to discuss. So we are going to discuss today. The National Exco of Natcoms will be meeting today, and tomorrow we will definitely be interfacing with the Nigerian Communications Commission to, whatever we decide at the meeting today, we now have to, message the commission tomorrow.
All right.
And although I must warn that 10% is still what we are still agreeing on, but we just want to formalize that and communicate this to the NCC again.
All right. As you hold that meeting, okay, go ahead.
Tomorrow, thank you. By tomorrow, if, for instance, we have interfaced with NCC and they are still adamant that it is still the 50%, we may have no other choice but to seek legal redress in the law courts.
All right. We hope that there will be a middle ground for everybody, like I said earlier, so that it will be a win-win for everyone there as we go into that to that meeting tomorrow. We hope the resolution from that meeting you also let us know on through this medium as well. I must thank you. Chief Deolu Ogunbanjo is the President, National Association of Telecommunications Consumers of Nigeria, Natcoms. I must thank you for your time on Business Daily today.
It's been a pleasure meeting with you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, we'll switch gear and look at other discussion on the show. Don't go away.